there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 1999 Toyota Estima Aeras version. This one here with 62,000 original kilometers. This thing, I gotta say this right at the beginning of the video so everyone pays attention. This is a mid-engined, supercharged, four-wheel drive minivan, and it is extremely cool. This is the final generation, so it has the more sporty looking front bumper and headlights. That looks like a bumper you would expect on a sports sedan, not on a minivan. So we'll take a look at the condition of the car and we'll compare it to the auction inspection sheet. Let me just check to see if this is indeed one of the four-wheel drive ones, because they do come in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, but it sounds like something of a sports car legend if it is indeed four-wheel drive. And unfortunately this one is, oh yes, he's got the rear. Let me just check to see if you've got drive shafts in the front. It is pretty low, and it has been lowered on lowered suspension. And yeah, you got drive shafts on the front, and so yeah, this is hypercar territory in a minivan. So I'll go ahead and close the engine room. Before I do that though, I think this is so cool. The engine is right here. You've got a drive shaft to up here because there's no room to put your power steering pump, AC, compressor, supercharger in this case, and alternator. They're all up here. One of the most interesting configurations that there is. And the reason why we got a supercharger, only the later model ones did, is because a lot of other minivans at the time were getting V6s, and a V6 obviously wouldn't fit into this because it was built around a different platform that can't handle a V6. And so what does Toyota do? Oh, we're going to supercharge that. Supercharged minivan. Okay, so this one is in great condition with low mileage. Look at that, 62,000 original kilometers. Give you a little rev. You probably heard the exhaust leak, so that is one of the minor issues. But keep in mind, 25-year-old car, and it's gorgeous considering the age. Okay, so mechanically, there's that exhaust leak. There's nothing else that I could find. You can actually see, you can't see the supercharger from here, but you can see the intake pipe that goes to the supercharger there. And then a big air intake with the air box there. And yeah, I don't know how much you can actually see in there. There's your alternator. Yeah, let's just close the hood. What a wild move for that front bumper, right? Toyota's like, it's moms and dads that are going to be buying this, but let's give it a sports bumper. Oh, today is rainy. We need to shoot all these videos before we go on a one-week holiday. Okay, quick look at the car. Love the two-tone. Notice the black and white there. And the very cool, clear headlights. Yeah, US got these called the Previa, but they actually continue. They make Estimas to this day. They dropped the Previa in the United States. We got a third generation down there. I don't think that you can see it very well, but a third generation one there. First generation. No. First? Late. Yeah, this is a first generation, but a late model version of it. So a little bit more modern looking. And yeah, they made them until the year 2000, I believe. Let's go over the auction inspection sheet. It's a Toyota Estima Aeras version. Auction grade 3.5, interior B and exterior C with sunroof. It's a dual sunroof. Dual glass sunroof. Okay, 62,763 kilometers. And yes, authentic. Original wheels with snow tires that come in the car. Original suspension and shocks come in the car. It has slightly lowered aftermarket. Cool and hot box. So you can cool your drinks and heat your drinks. It does not have any other meaning to it. Front windshield rock chip, again, nothing to really worry about. And then interior scratch, dirty and wear. Rear scratches and dents, underside surface rust, and corrosion. Now the underside has been repainted, and so it's hard to tell the extent of the corrosion. With 62,000 kilometers, it's probably not too bad. It does come from Niigata, which is an area that gets a little bit of snow. Hence why they went with a four-wheel drive model, I suppose. So it may need some attention to the underside, but because it's been painted, it's really too hard to tell the extent of it. Also, the rear spare tire is tucked up underneath, so the area that typically will rust the most, you can't really see unless you're on a lift. So do keep that in mind. But here's a quick little view of basically nothing. There's just a fuel tank here. You can see the bottom of the fuel tank has a little bit of rust on it. So first order of business would probably be taking this to a shop and say, clean up my underbody, and then My minivan is going to last to 300,000 kilometers. So it means 250 left. And it's going to look like an egg going down the street. I remember how futuristic these looked. My aunt had one when we were growing up, and I was like, whoa, this thing is like a spaceship. I grew up in a family that didn't have any money, so we always had cars. During the 90s, we had cars from the 60s and 70s. But these modern 1990s minivans that are all round and stuff, I thought they were so cool.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Okay, let's go through the JDM tree. Excuse me. Here is the other side view. And these have a cult following in North America. People tend to adore them. A lot of it comes down to the extreme reliability. And I don't think servicing is too bad, although I'm not an expert on that by any means. Okay. Look at that. So damages. It says A2 on the front bumper and it says U2 over there. Not a lot to consider here. The A2 in the front bumper is underneath the bumper. You might be able to see the little black there. You cannot see it at all unless you're lying on the street. And if you're lying on the street, you probably have other problems than a scratched bumper. Okay? Coming down the side panel here, we are supposed to oh yes. That's just dirty. Boop. We're supposed to have a U2 on this door. I failed to see it. It is looking clean as a whistle. Now, there is this, and this might be what they're referring to, but a U2 is a dent, and that's a scratch with some touch-up paint. 25 years is a long time to keep a van in this clean of condition. And if you're a car guy, and you have seen a ton of cars of this vintage, you're going to be surprised. Like, a lot of cars from Japan get sent to a mechanic, and the mechanic's like 25 years old. Like, I've seen thousands of cars. I don't see cars that are looking that clean. So it does feel special to hear that. Estima, the Aeras badge has deteriorated a little bit. It comes with these cool little mirrors to help you see how far you are away from things. Got a shout out to the roof spoiler. Have a quick look. It's a roof rack plus spoiler all in one, and then a big sliding glass roof there, and a small tilt only sunroof, also made out of glass here. Okay, let's go now to the interior, because it had an illuminated plate here. Pretty cool. Okay, so back seats, it looks like they are not a sliding seat, and so they are stationary in that position, but look at that amount of space. It is excellent. You also have the curtain package, so you can close the curtains if you want. I don't think the North American one had that. This is absolutely the era where Japan got the stuff that the rest of the world wished they had. We'll close this now, and yes, those flip up to the sides so that you can have more room in there. Oh, that's weird. A 60-40 split. Okay, let's go into the sliding door. And we're going in this side. This is before the era of dual sliding doors. So you only get one on this side. And this one does slide back and forward. It looks like it's in the full forward position. It has these aftermarket road gear mats, keeping the car nice and clean. Even without those, the car is absurdly clean. And a very, very 90s design there on the seat. I bet you that was designed in... What program would they use for design at that time? I think that was before Illustrator. Let's see if we can lean this back a bit. I don't know how to do it. Okay, I'm sure that those seats lean back. I just don't know where the lever is for it. There's like one on the front and one on the back. And yeah, it is very upright at the moment. Pillow here has cup holders in it, which is good. Okay, and the floor is rather high, the seating area rather high, because it is kind of a cab over design. So gives you that SUV seating position that everybody's after these days without having a weird SUV. Honestly speaking, SUV, love the styling of them. The practicality is absolutely lacking. You usually have a bigger vehicle which is clumsier to drive, and a smaller interior package than a minivan. I am definitely team minivan, unless it's a Land Cruiser. And then the Land Cruiser, doesn't matter how inconvenient it is, I'm driving that because it looks awesome. Okay. Dirty seat. Let's get that out of here. Get out of my otherwise immaculate car. Okay. So steering wheel, basically no wear. I guess at the time, fairly modern looking gauge set. Nowadays it looks a little, I don't know. Not that it's bad. Different. E-brake on the side there. And yeah, 1990s carpets, even though this was a very late 90s. Love it. Okay, so tape deck, climate control AC, and this is my favorite. These old climate control ones that have a slider for your temperature in Celsius. That to me is way cooler than the ones you just set the temperature digitally. Okay, little Toyota badge there too, that's smart. Airbag and airbag, just the two of them. You also have climate zone in the back, or at least your own climate buttons for your AC unit up there. Armrests for the seats. They are multi-setting, and here's your cool and hot box. There's no other meaning of a hot box. You can put your drinks inside. It looks like you can probably carry a few cans in Western size, but that 6 slot there is for Japanese size cans. Hence why it's a hot box. Hot drinks in Japan are from any vending machine in the winter, and they are very well regarded. So you put your cans of coffee in there. Okay. Clean, clean, clean. No bad smells. Just an awesome, look at that window. Just a very awesome, unique type of vehicle. There is nothing else out there quite like this. And the world has had nearly 30 years, or more than 30 years, to come up with something cool and unique, and not much beats this. Okay, that's all we have for this one. My name is Derek Weldon, and this is Pacific Coast Auto, car exporter from Japan. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.